Imagine this. You sit down to study, open your book, and instantly feel your motivation drain like a phone battery at 1%. Your brain screams, "I don't want to do this," but the second you pick up your phone, boom, energy returns, eyes widen, dopamine floods your system, and suddenly you can scroll for hours. So the question is, does your brain really hate studying, or have you just never learned how to reward it properly? Because here's the truth. Your brain isn't built for effort. It's built for reward. And every action you take is controlled by a simple formula: anticipation, effort, reward. Social media nailed this formula. It gives you anticipation with every swipe, effortless engagement, and instant reward in the form of likes, laughs, and novelty. Studying gives you none of that. It's delayed gratification, silence, no visible progress, and no feedback. So your brain says, boring. But what if you could make studying feel rewarding the same way scrolling does? Stay with me for 10 minutes, and I'll show you exactly how to train your brain to love focus again. First, understand this. Dopamine doesn't make you happy. It makes you chase happiness. It's not released when you succeed, but when you're about to succeed. That means you can hack it by creating small moments of anticipation while studying. Instead of sitting down for a 3-hour marathon, break your work into tiny quests, 5-minute goals, 1-page challenges, 1 problem wins. Every completion gives your brain that mini "I did it" signal, the same one you get after scrolling to a funny post. Visual cue: imagine a progress bar filling up every time you finish a paragraph. That's dopamine loading in action. Next, give your brain visible proof of progress. When you scroll, you see constant movement, color, engagement. When you study, the world stands still. So you need to create movement. Use a checklist. Move sticky notes from to-do to done. Highlight text as you complete sections. Watching progress builds anticipation for more progress, and that anticipation is pure dopamine. Pattern interrupts. Stop thinking you're lazy. You're just reward deprived. Your brain isn't fighting you. It's waiting for feedback. Now let's talk about novelty. Every swipe on Instagram is a new stimulus. That's why you never get bored. But you read the same subject for hours, same lighting, same desk, same everything. No wonder your dopamine dies. The trick is to add micro-novelty. Change your environment every 25 minutes. Switch topics. Change your study tool. Use different colored pens, or even stand while reading. Every small variation reawakens your brain's curiosity loop. Visual cue: a dopamine bar recharging every time you switch context. Then comes the reward timing. Most students reward themselves after studying Netflix after 2 hours. Snacks after homework, but your brain loses interest before it even gets there. Instead, give micro-rewards during the process. Listen to a favorite song while writing notes. Sip coffee as you read. Or take a 2-minute walk every time you finish a section. You're training your brain that effort equals enjoyment, not suffering. And yes, that's real neuroplasticity. Now, a quick but crucial truth: your brain cannot differentiate between dopamine from effort and dopamine from distraction. It just goes where it's most consistent. If scrolling gives it rewards every 10 seconds and studying gives it nothing for an hour, it'll always choose the easier path. So the solution isn't to eliminate pleasure, it's to redirect it. Pattern interrupt. Imagine turning your study desk into your new social feed. Your books into posts, your progress bar into likes. Every time you learn something new, that's a mental like from your future self. Here's another powerful cue: create random rewards. Social media hooks you because rewards are unpredictable. Sometimes you see something funny, sometimes not, and your brain keeps checking for the next surprise. Apply that to your study routine. After a random task, roll a dice for your reward. Maybe a stretch break, a snack, or even a 5-minute phone scroll. The randomness keeps dopamine flowing. Now let's fix the morning dopamine trap. The first thing most people do when they wake up is open their phone. That's like giving your brain dessert before breakfast. You flood it with instant dopamine, and when you finally sit to study, nothing feels rewarding. So, protect your morning dopamine. Delay phone use for the first 30 minutes and start your day with a small productive win. make your bed, drink water, review one flashcard. That gives your brain a reward-first signal for real-world effort. Visual cue or dopamine battery charging green as you complete simple tasks. And then storytelling. Dopamine spikes when we follow narratives, tension, and resolution. Turn your study life into a story. Say, I'm training for the exam like an athlete trains for a race. Or, I'm building my version 2.0. Every hero story has struggle, training, and victory. You'll stay motivated because your brain releases dopamine not just for achievement, but for meaningful pursuit. Add cliffhangers to your learning in sessions mid-chapter or mid-concept, so your brain craves continuation. That craving brings you back effortlessly the next day. Now, here's something few talk about. You can't just detox dopamine and expect miracles. Detox without reward, rewiring, only makes life dull. The key is dopamine balance. Reduce cheap dopamine phones, endless videos, and replace it with earned dopamine progress, focus, mastery. Visual cue seesaw balancing between scroll dopamine and study dopamine. Every day shift a little more weight to the right side. Another pattern interrupt when you feel bored while studying. Realize that boredom is not the absence of dopamine. It's the search for it. That's your brain saying, give me something rewarding. Instead of running to your phone, reward yourself with progress mark, how much you've done. Stand, stretch, breathe, and return. That micro break will refill your motivation. Finally, combine all these habits into a dopamine loop. Trigger, start small. Action, study, and micro goals. Reward, celebrate completion. Novelty, change environment, and randomness, occasional surprise. Repeat this loop daily until your brain naturally associates effort with reward. Within weeks, studying will stop feeling like punishment and start feeling like purpose. Visual cue cycle diagram glowing brighter at each repetition. So next time you think you're lazy or unmotivated, stop blaming yourself. Your brain doesn't hate studying it, just hasn't been rewarded for it yet. You've been giving dopamine to everything except your growth. Redirect it. Make every page a win, every session a streak, every lesson a level up. Because when effort becomes rewarding, discipline becomes automatic, and focus becomes addictive. Your brain is waiting for you to feed it the right kind of pleasure, the kind that builds you, not breaks you. Rewire your reward.